with Kevin McCullough.
Welcome back to Times Square, That Kevin Show, oddly enough named after me, that Kevin. Anyway, we're glad to have you with us. And on Saturday and Sunday nights, you know we love to have a lot of fun. And my next guest has, from what I can gather, had a ton of fun professionally in recent years because he has found what is described as his number one career passion and focus. And anybody that finds that in life has found a good thing. His name is Derral Eves, and he joins us now from The Chosen. He's the co-founder, executive producer, and chief strategy officer. Derral, it's great to have you with us.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you being here. We've interviewed everybody at The Chosen, literally everybody except you. So it's good to finally
that's my time.
But it's good to finally have you on the show. But you bring, and The Chosen is loaded with this. Every person that comes, be it Dallas, Amanda, all this cast, et cetera, they all come with different specialties and backgrounds. And you come to The Chosen from being an expert on YouTube and viral marketing and kind of the new media economy that we live in. And before The Chosen, I'd love to know, what did you do and how did you get involved in the digital side of distribution and the obviously early game of understanding that that's where the largest audiences were eventually going to be?
Yeah, so I built my career building audiences for either content creators or brands. And some of these content creators become brands after working with me. And I've been able to generate over 110 billion video views on YouTube. So I've done a few. But for me, it's all about understanding people. And we all want value in our lives. And I just look at, what are the things that I share is the things that kind of resonate with me, either in a positive way or in a very negative way. And so I built a career on understanding people and understanding how to get them to respond to want to share naturally. And that came from a course of my life, just having great content and loving that great content and wanting to share it. And so ultimately, I just had a passion and love for marketing and advertising. And I started an agency where we just focused in on that. And for me, it was 2005. I just remember it was October 2005 that I saw a Craigslist ad because I was expanding my business. And it was an ad for a brand new website called YouTube. And if you went there and signed up, they kind of put you into a raffle to win an iPod. And so I went over there. I'm like, I want a free iPod. And that's when my jaw kind of hit the ground. That was because I saw video for the first time being played where you hit play and it'd play. Because back then you hit and then you had buffer all the way through, it had to load and then it would play. And I also saw it gave us the ability to put these videos on websites. And I'm like, this is going to be it's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be very disruptive. And so I spent from that time moving forward really to hone in on video distribution online. And I just wanted to become an expert in it. So I worked with and also worked for companies that were looking for more visibility. And I just wanted to become that guy until it generated to my true passion and love. And that was like in 2008, which is sharing content that really impacts people where they naturally want to share it. Right. And basically from there, that's why I got those 110 billion video views, is just finding that, because my passion and love for marketing intertwined with really great content. And that's how it all started.
Well, and now it's led you to being a very important primary partner in the whole work of what is now known as The Chosen. And as someone who knew Dallas when he was at his pop's knee in his office, because Jerry and I shared offices at Moody Bible Institute about 2 doors down from each other. It's been amazing to see him find his passion and unload it on the world and watch people be changed by it. But why do you consider The Chosen your number one passion now?
Because the first time I saw a short film that Dallas made for his church, I got access to that, and I could tell immediately it was low budget. Like, it was so low budget, but the story pulled me in, and I'm like, man, who made this? Because it's really fresh, and I've never seen this short film. The short film was around the birth of Jesus Christ,
Right.
but it really focused in on the shepherd. And I'm like, I never thought how it would have been a shepherd. And this shepherd was like the low of the totem pole of the shepherds. Like, so he's the lowest of the lows. And it was his story. And then you're able to see the birth of Jesus Christ through his eyes. And I'm like, this is just brilliantly done. It spoke to me on a level that I can't even explain. And I heard that he was actually considering doing a TV show. And I'm like, I got to meet this guy. And so the next week that after I saw it, Dallas shared with me his vision for the show. It's about a story about Jesus, but it's through the eyes and the perspective of those that he called. And I'm like, this is brilliant. Like, that's what really spoke to me on the shepherd. And I asked him, well, how far along are you? And he's like, I've been rejected for 10 years. Nobody will finance this. And I felt right then and there, Kevin, that I was called because I've been building audiences my whole career.
Right.
I have a love and passion for Jesus, and it just came together where I could take my love and passion for Jesus and really amplify the gift that that God's given Dallas, which is being a great storyteller.
Well, and you kind of hit it in
the
that
stories of Jesus.
You kind of hit it in that perfect envelope too, between like traditional linear television and what is becoming the streaming standard now. I mean, even as people are watching the Olympics, if they're stuck with NBC on the nightly basis, they're reminded every 15 minutes that you can watch everything in its entirety on Peacock and all of the additional channels. And this is what family-oriented conservative Christian media has just started to figure out in probably the last 10 years or so, is that we don't have to be victims to what Hollywood is willing to finance and not finance anymore.
Yep.
And if you can go find an audience for it, there will be resources to produce that which they're looking for. The show itself, I want to talk to you about the strategy, because obviously it started with Angel and was on just the Chosen app and just Angel Studios. It's now across almost every major streaming platform. Do we have an idea of how many individual people have watched some piece of an episode of The Chosen at some point in time?
We're still calculating those numbers, but the goal was, and this is like more coming from us, because Dallas doesn't focus in on that. He's like, I don't care about, I just want to make it really good for God. And I want to put all my energy in it.
No, that's admirable, but I'm trying to relay to my viewers and listeners the impact.
No, I'm going to tell you, because I'm the complete opposite of Dallas. Like from day one, I wanted 1 billion people to watch the show. And that's kind of been our mantra internally, is we want 1 billion people to experience authentic Jesus. And so we realized very clearly that we needed to think differently. We needed to put it on DVD. We needed to have our own app. We needed to go put it on Peacock and Hulu and Disney Plus and Amazon and Netflix. We need to be on television at CW. And then we need to think differently internationally. We need to go into movie theaters and so on. And so for us, the end goal would be really having that show be impacted so much that people want to share. And, that goes from the beginning. And we found that the content speaks for itself. Yeah. And people will always share, but we're actually over 385 million people that has actually watched a portion of the show.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.